Hey everybody, it's Mike, aka That Reseller Guy. If you're new to this channel, my name's Mike. I go by That Reseller Guy. I sell on eBay, Amazon, and an antique booth. I pick up items at garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, local auctions, wherever I can find items for good deals. Now, today is Monday morning. We've had a really weird last week, and especially last weekend. Lots of stuff going on in the world. You know all about it. I don't really need to talk about it anymore. You've heard it ad nauseum of all the coronavirus stuff. So I'm going to focus on what's going on here, what's affecting me, what's affecting my reselling. So one of the things that I do, you can see by the back, I like sports. I sell a lot of sports related items. Everything in the sports world is shut down. There's no baseball, there's no basketball, there's no hockey. Everything's on hiatus or has been canceled. March Madness, gone. I was actually supposed to be up in Las Vegas right now. I had planned a 4-day trip. We were going to leave Sunday and come back on Thursday. We canceled that, luckily, since Las Vegas looks like it is going to be shutting down here. I believe the MGM hotels already did, and the rest probably are going to follow soon if they haven't announced it already. So glad we stayed here. Glad we didn't go out of town and get stuck or have to come back sooner than expected. So let's talk about sales. Sales for me, again, they were very slow. I sell a lot of sports stuff. Without all that sports going on, people aren't buying the product, or at least they're not buying it from me. A normal weekend for me is 15 to 25 items sold, anywhere from that $700 to $1,000 weekend. That's pretty normal. This weekend, I sold 7 items for $295. Yeah, so that's Friday all the way through this morning. One of these sales actually happened this morning, so without that I would have done about $250. So really, really, really slow for me. If we want to go back into next week, because I didn't do any sales videos last week, that's because I really didn't have any. Honestly, from Tuesday morning, I had a couple sales Tuesday morning, so from that time until Friday morning, I sold nothing. Not one single item. So that was really 3 full days with no sales. So I was getting really nervous about things. Luckily, some stuff did sell over the weekend. Got a little sales rolling. Things are really still up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen this week. We don't know if we're going on a countrywide lockdown. So what I did is I actually got up early this morning, got all my items shipped out already to the post office and gone. I upgraded a few orders to priority mail shipping. I wanted to make sure that they have a shot at getting to the buyers before anything major like that may happen. I hope it doesn't. I hope we can still go and do things. This weekend, we went to the zoo on Saturday. It was packed. The zoo was really packed. Then Sunday, we went to the movies. I think there were like 5 people in the theater. So I think people were trying to do stuff outdoors, staying away from things indoors. I'm not really sure, but we're going to try to do some outdoor things while we can here this morning, this afternoon. Go out, get a little exercise, and spend some family time together. School's been shut down, so my daughter's going to be home extended spring break, so got some extra time to spend with her. The sales, like I said, they're not terribly exciting. 7 items, $295. We'll go over them a little quickly here. They'll be in reverse order. Stuff that sold this morning till Friday. So first item, it sold this morning. It was the set of 2 Nerf N-Strike shields. So these are foam and plastic shields, set of 2 of them, and these are actually pretty hard to find. I found 2 of them at the same store for $1.50 a piece. Bundled them together. One of them was missing like the strap on the back that you hold on to. Took pictures, disclosed all that information, and it went for $49.99 shipped. And oddly enough, this is going GSP over to Japan. So somebody in Japan's still not worrying about things and ordering a couple shields from me. Already got those to the post office for them this morning. The sale I had overnight, it was a lot of 4 of these one-touch Lancets. Picked these up a couple weeks ago for just a couple dollars a box. Just bundled all 4 of them together. Ended up getting $49.99 shipped. I could have shipped them out first class, but I upgraded to priority, trying to get it there. Actually only going over to California, I think, so it should get there pretty quick. Another Nerf item. This is a Nerf Ammo belt. I pick these up when I find them. Usually you can get them for $1 or $2. Sometimes they'll be inside another gun or inside an ammo storage box. You can get both of them together sometimes. Combo the 2 together, you get a little more money. I just sold this belt for $12.99 shipped. They go right in that $12 to $15 range is about where they will sell normally, and this was $12.99 shipped. This one did go out first class. This next item was a cool vintage Ponyboy Cap Gun. I picked this up at a local auction. It was in a box lot of toys. Really have very little into it, probably less than $1. It didn't have a red cap on the end. So what I did is I took some orange crafting tape and just taped it around it. That can come off if they want to take it off as a collectible. But to sell it on eBay, I wanted it to have that orange cap on there. I comboed it with this leather vintage holster for it. I don't know if it was the exact one for this gun, but it was also in that box. So put them together. Ended up getting $19.99 plus $5 shipping. I did upgrade it to priority, put it in a flat rate padded mailer. So I did spend a couple extra dollars on the shipping just to make sure that it gets there quickly. Next is a dozen or 12 of these Oakland A's 50th anniversary baseballs. These were used during spring training last year. I picked up hundreds of these from my local contact. Been selling off slowly through the year. I think I had 12 or 15 dozen of these originally, selling them off at $80 a dozen. So they're great money when I do sell them, but they're selling off fairly slow now again, especially with sports being on hiatus. But I did get $79.99 shipped for these. A dozen baseballs fits perfectly into a flat rate A box. So if you ever need to ship baseballs, that's the way to do it. Next item to sell is actually going international. It's going to Canada. I shipped it myself. I shipped to Canada myself, but used the GSP program to ship to all the other countries. It's just less hassle. I know you can do it, ship it yourself safely, but I've used GSP since the beginning, and I'll probably continue to do so. Let them handle all of the international sales for me. This sale was a box of Lego Dacta parts. Dacta was from the early 90s, had a lot of wiring in different parts. I've never used it, so I don't know too much about it, but I found a bag at a garage sale last weekend for $10. It had the Dacta control panel, and it also had this big box of wires. So what I did is I listed the little control panel by itself, and I took these wires, laid them all out, put them in a bundle by themselves, and they actually sold really quickly, sold in less than a day. I put them at a pretty good price, but it went for $39.99 plus shipping up to Canada. That ended up going first class international mail. And the last eBay sale I had was this Oklahoma State hat. This is what broke my streak of 3 days with no sales. This sold Friday morning. I've actually had this hat probably for a year. It could have been 2 years, so I was very happy to sell it. It ended up going for $17.99 shipped. And again, this just shipped out first class for $3 and change. Now, I did have one viewer sale. I showed these in my last video. This was a lot of postcards that I got at a local sports auction. It was the last video I did, or 2 videos ago, whatever. It was called I Went to a Sports Auction. They also have a lot of other collectibles there, just randomly celebrity stuff, pop culture, and other random collectibles, antiques. This was a lot of postcards, 2 different lots. I paid $5 a piece for these lots. This one is a bunch of vintage greeting cards, mostly like happy birthday. This is a bunch of buildings and other scenes. This was my favorite. This is a bunch of sailors playing music on a ship. There's a bunch of buildings. Some of them are international, but these postcards are all from the early 1900s. Early. I think that I saw one from 1905. Most of them go into the teens. I think there's an occasional one that might be 1930, but the majority very early 1900s. Cat just opened the door to come in. Yeah, this spooky door opening on its own. So Sue Ann reached out to me. Thank you, Sue Ann, for your purchase. I'm going to get these shipped out today. She sent me an offer of $25 for the lots. I said, let's go ahead and do it. So thank you. I really appreciate your purchase. Cat came up to say hi. This is Speedy. All right, so that's what I got for sales, but what am I going to do here during this downtime? Slow sales. I do have a lot of stuff that I can get listed. I have plenty of cards and other stuff to get listed. I don't know if you can see it back here. We'll turn you just a little bit. Right here, I got a pile of a couple blankets, a bunch of jerseys, and I actually have a lot more jerseys and clothes out in the garage to get listed, as well as other things. So I have plenty of stuff to keep busy. I'm hoping during this time, since I assume sourcing will be limited, I don't think a lot of people are cleaning out their garages and taking stuff to Goodwill right now. But if they're still open, I will still go check them out, see what I can find. Otherwise, I'll be home listing, scanning. I'll be home taking pictures and getting things listed and trying to get my inventory count up, or get my total listing count up on eBay. I think I'm under 800 items right now. I'd love to get that up to 1,000 and keep it up in that 1,000 range. The more listings you have, the more you're going to sell. It's kind of how it works. So I'm going to get busy spending time with family, listing stuff that hasn't been around, and, you know, still getting outside when I can. So that's what I got for today. I'm still going to put out videos this week, so if I don't sell anything, I'll have to come up with some ideas of what I can show you. But all right, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. See you next time.